Hi guys, and welcome to the Weekend Roundup show.
Hey.
Back on Robbie with myself and the most beautiful Pippa, recovering
well,
from
not today.
She's recovering from Halloween still, aren't you?
Yeah, I really am. I'm getting old now. It takes me about 5 working days to recover, but we're here.
5 working days to recover. Well, before we get started on all the action over the weekend and today, there's been an action-packed day with football already, which we'll get to. Make sure that you guys pick your team of the week on the DR Extra app. Head over to www.donrobbie.com and pick your team of the week. Pippa and I have already done ours, and we will come back to that later in the show. You might have already seen it. It's already been on socials this morning. Talking points. Let's start with Spurs 0, Manchester United 3. I have to say that result's not looking so bad now after today's actions.
Yeah. I did not expect that result at all. I didn't know what to expect. I think I was going into that game thinking it's either be at 1-0 to someone, couldn't call it, or 0-0. So when I see that Man United was just popping goals, I was like, well, we know who's getting sacked today, because it really was the El Saki.
Well, the thing is, I genuinely had I really didn't think Nuno was going anywhere. I thought that there's no way this board are going to sack Nuno anytime soon. I really, really didn't. But because how bad the performance was, and because of the reaction to the substitutions and everything, something honestly had to give. It was the most toxic, and bear in mind we've had seasons under Mourinho. That was the most toxic I've actually ever seen Tottenham be, and fans directed to it. You know, when they subbed off Lucas Moura, it was like pure carnage and outrage as to that decision. He was the only one that was managing to create or do anything in that Tottenham side.
So you had the luxury, I don't know if it's a luxury, of being there.
I was there, yes.
So I didn't actually get to watch the game live. I've seen the highlights, of course, because I was, partying.
She was out and about.
But I was so concerned at the fact that fans were booing the players, because you don't really hear that.
It wasn't just
often.
the players that they were booing, it was more everything. So they were booing obviously the decision to take Lucas Moura off. They were booing, it wasn't particularly directed at Steven Bergwijn, it was booing the fact that it's another poor decision made by the manager.
That's where the confusion may have been, because obviously I was getting my updates from Twitter and I was like, oh, why are they booing him? And why are they booing him?
And they were singing "You Don't Know What You're Doing" to Nuno, but actually the main booing was really towards Daniel Levy, which is an ongoing thing. And actually for the first time in ages, it's been more vocal, which is I'm really happy about. And obviously this morning, we realised that Nuno has been sacked. And
Conte is imminent.
Imminent, which brings me to celebrate. And I know that you don't want to celebrate.
No.
I know, and United fans, you might have won the game. You might have won the battle.
Wow. You're really doing this?
I'm really doing it.
Conte's not even here yet, darling.
You didn't win the war. Oh, fuck me, this
This is literally your season as a
tight.
whole. It starts off all right, and then, there we go.
I have to say that was pretty seamless.
Yeah.
That was.
There's the pop. I don't want to celebrate. I don't want to, but I am thirsty.
You don't want no Prosecco,
I'm thirsty, so
I thought...
I'm not drinking to Nuno and I'm not drinking to Conte. But Tottenham have shown that they are a club that are very serious, because they're looking... They could have just stuck with Nuno and just rode it out.
They could have stuck with Nuno. And I have to say, I really do feel sorry for Nuno, because I think that it was...
Do you?
I do.
I haven't heard any Spurs fan say anything nice about Nuno.
I feel sorry for him
since he got manager of the month.
I feel sorry for him because I think that it was always stacks against him. He was never going to be.
Oh, this smells sweet.
The right manager. Yeah. There's so many bubbles in this. I'm trying to fill it up. He was never going to be the right manager for Spurs. He was too defensive. Yeah. I don't think he instilled any type of confidence in that team or anything. And I feel sorry for him in that way, because again, he knew he was like the 8th, 9th choice of who they wanted to appoint first and foremost. Do I think anything's going to change under Conte with Daniel Levy in charge? Probably not. He's
still quite defensive though, isn't he?
He is, but do you know what? It's
Conte.
Damn lot better than what we had. And I think that those players who clearly weren't buying into anything Nuno was selling, again, I don't know what Nuno was selling, because I didn't see anything to back up any type of tactical nous from him. But I think that they can't get any worse.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
To Aaron Ramsdale.
Oh, you've done me so dirty. Bad luck to not chink.
All right, sorry.
Cheers.
But no, more importantly, United got the win.
They did.
A very big turnaround. I still see that United fans are not completely happy, which is strange, but I understand the bigger picture is they want Oli out. But a very good win. Top finish from Ronaldo. Top finish from Cavani. Even a top finish from Marcus Rashford. It was a very good game and a result for United.
Yeah.
But fans are still not happy.
I would say that I think that United fans aren't happy now, because there was quite a few United fans that actually would have been happy for Oli to lose that game, because they wanted to kind of speed up this whole Oli out process.
Yeah.
Either way, they won the game. And I think that I don't think United were particularly good. I think the fact that Spurs were incredibly bad played into it, and they couldn't have played a better team United. I think if they would have played in Arsenal, how informed you guys are, or a West Ham, for example, I think the result would have been completely different.
Okay.
But they came to Tottenham at the right time. You know, both teams set up like they didn't want to lose the game, and I guess only one succeeded in that. But like
there's a comment here that is just standing out to me, and it's from Levan J.
Go on.
Abby, before I read it, I must say I do love you. It says Abby doesn't have any trophies to celebrate, so she's desperate to celebrate anything.
I am. I've got to take these small wins, and if it's one win, and if it's a win that means that my club will maybe potentially go in the right direction with a top quality manager, then I will take those small wins.
I hear that. And Ashoke also says, I cannot believe you got sacked after 4 months and named manager of the month in August. How quickly things change.
How quickly things do change.
It's insane.
But I think it was the wrong decision from the initial appointment.
Yeah.
So.
But we knew at the jump that no one was available, and they literally just got him last minute.
Yeah.
That's why he underperformed. He thought, do you know what? I'm going to ruin it from the inside out.
We had a week left, I think, before pre-season started or something like that. So it was kind of like do or die. And they looked at Nuno earlier on in the they sacked Mourinho in what, April? And it'd taken them like 3 months to come back to Nuno, who they'd looked at originally first and ruled out, and then they kind of ruled him back in because everyone else was off the table.
So what's next for Nuno then? Where does he go?
Holiday. I mean,
technically, yeah. What else can he do now?
The stress of being at Spurs, I mean, that's enough to take, the stuffing out of you. So if I was him, I'd go have a nice, long holiday and regroup. Yeah. Because I'm sure there'll be a job that's available soon. But
hopefully. But I actually always liked him, when he's at Wolves anyway. I liked him as a manager,
I just think that tactically, it's not... He's not great. I haven't seen anything really to say that he is. And also I think that maybe Spurs was a bit out of his depth with the job that needs to be done there, in my opinion. Anyway, back to Manchester United. That was their biggest away league win against Spurs since 2007. So actually we've had quite a good record, I guess, against them. But yeah, Nuno was the second Spurs manager to lose as many as 5 games in his opening 10. Only other one was Christian Gross. Also that one got sacked as well. Of course. So yeah, I guess onwards and upwards for Spurs and United as well. However, it's a very big week for Manchester United. They've got Atalanta in the Champions League before the Manchester derby. Let's say that they don't get a result in the Champions League, and let's say they lose to City. Are they back where they were before this weekend?
You see, when you put it like that, it does sound very realistic that will happen, because their form, you just don't know what to expect from Manchester at this current moment in time. Even fans, you don't know whether they're going to win, draw, put out a good performance or not. So losing to Atalanta doesn't sound like a surprise, but I expect them to beat Atalanta. Okay. I really do expect them to beat them.
What about that Manchester derby? Because they've just played their rivals Liverpool and got spanked. So can we see a repeat of that again?
I don't think Man United will get spanked by City. I know City are a top squad, but they just got beat 2-0 by Crystal Palace and no one saw that coming.
10-man. Harsh.
True. Very true. I still do see City winning, but I don't think they will spank United. So I expect them to win against Atalanta. They have to win that. There's no excuses. They have to come out. How they came out the second half in the first leg, they need to play that for the full 90, so that intensity. City will always be a tough game for them in this current climate. But what happens to them if they lose both? I don't know. Would Ole still be in a job? Probably.
Well, I think this is part of the problem.
Probably.
Because they've delayed it. So, for example, they're probably going to miss out on someone like an Antonio Conte. Maybe some United fans wouldn't have wanted him because he can be quite volatile, but he definitely was on their shortlist. Yeah. So by sticking with Ole, have they also waited again too long to go and get one of the men that they would have wanted?
Look, if they wanted to get Conte, they could have done. After that 5-0 loss to Liverpool, United really and truly could have pulled the plug on Ole, but instead they put out, was it like a statement or something on Twitter with like the future for Ole, basically saying Ole's not going anywhere. Yeah. And that was their decision to go that way.
Do you think that's right for United?
I don't.
Do you see them winning anything under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
No, realistically I don't. Obviously there's always a possibility because they're still involved in the Premier League though, and we've got ages to go. I know they're not title contenders right now, but things could change after January. But no, I don't see them realistically winning anything under Ole. And I just feel like United are way too big of a club to be not pulling the plug when it's not, like they could have done that after Liverpool.
They didn't.
But then again, other people may say there's no point chopping and changing all the time.
I mean, they haven't chopped and changed for 4 years.
It's been like 3 years now.
3 years.
But
it could.
Sometimes it's got to give.
Well, I think this week is going to be very pivotal because, as I said, that win against Spurs, I think Spurs did them a massive favour in that. Yeah. So, moving on to Liverpool.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Go on.
Oh, I thought I saw a good comment about Ole, but I didn't, sorry.
Okay.
It's Conte. Justin says, for me, Conte is a win-win. If he doesn't get what he wants, he'll expose our fraudulent board. And if he gets backed, he'll be a success. The track record shows Inter and Chelsea, Juventus also.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. I doubt he'll get back by our board, but we'll give it a go. Right, moving on to Liverpool 2, Brighton 2. Liverpool letting a 2-goal lead slip at home.
Unbelievable.
Can we, for a minute? I think we should take our hats off to Brighton.
Yeah. I mean, Brighton have had an amazing start to the season regardless. Yeah. They had a small dip in form. It wasn't a massive dip. It's not like they had losses. They drew to Arsenal. They drew to Burnley, isn't it? Didn't they?
Yeah, they drew, and they had that draw against Palace as well. Yeah.
So to also have this result is astonishing because Liverpool were 2-0 up.
Yeah.
And
do you think Liverpool got complacent in that game?
I don't know. I don't think they did. Obviously, you could say a little bit they did because to let in 2 goals like that and Gallagher's finish, wow, nice. But was it Elise that set him up? I think it was, yeah. The nice little layoff to him and Gallagher just took it on the first touch.
We're talking about Brighton, not Palace.
Oh, sorry.
She's slipping. She's still hungover, guys. That Prosecco's gone right. That Prosecco's gone to her head.
I was so fully talking about Crystal Palace then, you know.
We're gonna get to Crystal Palace. Don't you worry.
Brighton. I was talking about City. Brighton and Liverpool. Here we go.
Brighton.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't believe that Mane got the 2 goals for them, and then the comeback for me is what was impressive.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there was that very big pivotal point, you know, where Liverpool arguably could have gone, 3-0 up.
Oh yeah, but was it the handball?
It was a handball.
Yeah.
You know, in those circumstances, that's always good when VAR is in play and can see those things, because otherwise,
because I wouldn't have seen it. I didn't even clock that,
and they would have got away with it, and that's a totally different game. But they had that boost of injection just before half time. The fact that they were still in it, and they came out a totally different team that second half. They were really going for it, attacking. That was the 250th time Liverpool had led a Premier League home game by at least 2 goals, but only the 6th time that they failed to go on and win it. They've got an amazing record at home, so I think that's what's more shocking about it. But credit to Brighton, and they have avoided defeat in 3 consecutive meetings with Liverpool in all competitions, won once and drawn 2, more than they had in their previous 12 games with them.
Yes.
Brighton have really turned a corner this season, haven't they? So the biggest fear I always had for them was that they wouldn't be able to score and put the goal on the back of the net. They had no...
What, throughout the whole season? Well, for this game?
Yeah, for this game.
Right.
But for they didn't have Neil Mopai as well. He was on the bench, and Leandro Trossard came in and actually did a fantastic job.
Wepu, though.
I know.
That goal.
Go on, you can take this one away.
I mean, it's just a great goal. You just don't expect it because you always, when you look at certain games like this, you always look to the big hitters like the Morpays, and you just expect certain players to get that result or an equaliser for you. And then when someone comes out of the woodworks and finishes like that, all the plaudits are necessary.
It was an unbelievable goal. It really, really was. And you love to see things like that. It's spectacular. However, Liverpool, I mean, it wasn't a terrible weekend for them because, again, yes, okay, United won. Are they in a title challenge? Probably not. Manchester City lost, so I guess that was all right for them. The only real one that was winner was Chelsea, which we will get to. Should Liverpool be worried about the fact that they've let in 2 goals? I mean, or are we just getting ahead of ourselves?
I think worried is an overstatement, but they should definitely be annoyed and frustrated that they let that lead slip. Yeah. Especially, no disrespect for Brighton, but for a team such as Brighton, those are the teams that you expect. If you're Liverpool, those are the teams you look at the calendar fixture and you think we're supposed to get 3 points in that fixture.
Guarantee.
So to be 2-0 up and let that happen, frustration definitely kicks in. Klopp must have been super annoyed. Yeah. And the players themselves, because you started off so strong. Henderson as well. Like, you cannot only pick up a point in that fixture. Yeah. Especially when you've been leading the way beginning of this season, in the league, in the Champions League, in all competitions.
I totally agree. Before we move on, Liverpool forward Sadio Mane hasn't lost any of the 52 Premier League home games in which he's scored, won 47 and drawn 5. Wow. The best such unbeaten record in the competition's history. That is a player.
That is serious stats there.
Serious stat. Okay.
So basically, if he's scoring, Liverpool winning. Or well, not losing, basically.
Well, they're not losing.
They're not losing.
Okay, now we can move on to Crystal Palace.
I don't know why I did that. I don't know how I got Palace and Brighton confused. They're rivals.
They are rivals. Manchester City nil, Crystal Palace 2. Obviously, Manchester City went down to 10 men. I believe it was Laporte that got sent off.
I don't... The thing is, and I saw this all over social media as well, how on earth, I know we're going to get onto the Arsenal game.
Yes.
But how on earth is Laporte sent off for something like that, but Johnny Evans isn't? It's literally the same foul.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. There's no consistency.
There's no consistency at all.
There is no
And
consistency.
I know people are going to say I'm biased, but I feel like so many times it's in the Arsenal game where those things happen, but there's no consistency.
I felt Johnny Evans was lucky.
He kicked Ramsdale.
Really
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we're going to go off track. Manchester City have lost 4 of their last 10 Premier League home games, as many as they did in their last 55 on home soil. So they have had a bit of an up and down season, City, so far. I mean, they're still very much leading the way as well.
Yeah.
But I would say that they're not. Again, I feel like they did this last season. They weren't nowhere near the contention last season, and all of a sudden they just like went on that ridiculous run.
Yeah.
And there they were. But Crystal Palace.
Outstanding. Patrick Vieira's becoming
is doing the business.
Yes.
He really. And actually, there was an interesting article by Micah Richards in the paper the other day.
What did it say?
He basically said that Vieira is the next Pep.
Oh, interesting. What did he? Do you remember the reasons why he said that?
No, I can't really remember. To be fair. But
it's a big shout.
The long and short, it was a very big shout. But the long and short of it was obviously Vieira worked for 16 months under Vieira. Under Guardiola at City, and he's just picked up the credentials and I guess a lot of the things that he's learned being under Pep, and he's put them into his own managerial.
But so is Arteta. Arteta was under Pep too.
True, but they're not talking about Arteta being the next Pep.
they did say that at the beginning though. When he won the FA Cup, they were like,
But yeah, I mean,
Vieira.
It's very early to say it, but I think because he was such a fantastic player and revered so highly as well, Patrick Vieira, they also said that, I think Eze said it as well, but when he talks, you can just hear a pin drop because they're so invested in what he's selling.
The trust is there, the belief is there. Clearly the players are all excited to play under him as well.
And also what he's done by coming into Crystal Palace, when they had Hodgson, they were very steady and they had, the same type of team, the same players, the same kind of format as to how they would play. And he's come in and he's really changed that. Completely. So I think we have to take our hats off to Patrick Vieira. But Manchester City, did you see anything with them that concerned you at all?
Not particularly in the way they were playing their football. I'm just concerned about the last couple of games, being beaten out of the Carabao Cup by West Ham and then to lose against Crystal Palace. Like I said about Liverpool and Klopp, they're not expecting to lose those games.
Yeah.
So Pep must be thinking, how on earth?
Do you think that the biggest problem with City is they do have a striker. Jesus, I say it every week. But do you think it's a problem that they don't have an out striker who will go and, score them 20 goals a season?
Yeah, I think this is always going to be a topic.
Because they play the same way. And Grealish came in and also plays the exact same way as the rest of the team.
Yeah.
And it's just like another person in the same fit. They don't, like we just said, they don't have an outlet to pass it to.
Yeah.
Is that their biggest problem?
I think this is always going to be a conversation, especially as soon as they start, as soon as their results start saying draw, L, then this conversation is always going to come up because when they're winning, there's not a problem. They'll be like, oh, they won without a striker. But as soon as you lose, especially to a team such as Crystal Palace, then you start to question, this is clearly a missing ingredient here. We should have gone for Harry Kane. We should have got Harry Kane.
Well, if they would have spent that 100 million on Harry Kane and whatever, and the other 80 that they wanted to offer and put towards it, instead of getting Grealish.
Then maybe they'll be in a different...
You wouldn't say they needed Grealish.
No,
they didn't need him.
They didn't.
They needed Harry Kane.
Yeah.
And I think that they probably did spend that money incorrectly. Yeah. Maybe.
But as things stand, I don't think Pep should be completely worried.
Yeah.
I say it every single week until it gets to February. I'm going to be like, then we're going to start getting serious, but it's still early days.
Yeah. But we'll see them in the Champions League as well and see how that goes for them as well. That'll be a really pivotal thing for them too, especially in terms of this conversation that we're having. If the striker is their biggest problem, they're not having that.
We'll see.
But Crystal Palace have suffered just 2 defeats in their opening 10 games of the season. They've won 2 and drawn 6. It's their lowest haul of losses after 10 games since 1990-1991. So he is clearly doing something right.
Yeah, someone here, or Shoke again, says Patrick Vieira could be the best Crystal Palace manager. He didn't put ever, but I'm sure he means like ever.
Yeah, I think there was an ever missing on that. He could be. I mean, look, it's
potentially.
It's still very early doors to tell, but I think that everything's pointing in the right direction if you're a Palace fan.
And Justin's put it perfectly here. Palace have better attacking depth than some of the top 4 teams. They've got Zaha, Eze, Benteke, Jordan Ayew, Edouard, Gallagher, Elise. That, especially when I saw it live against Arsenal, I just saw how much quality they have. Because we was all like, oh, Zaha's not playing. We kind of got a chance. Don't forget they've got Edouard. They've just signed Edouard. They've got Ayew. They've got
it's not how it used to be when you played
they've
Palace.
got that depth and they can just chop and change. And they've literally just got the league to focus on. And obviously, the league pretty much. So they haven't got to worry like other teams.
No.
So they could just, they could creep up next
nicely.
year.
That's
what Crystal Palace fans would hope.
Yeah, well, I'm a lot more for it. I always like to see teams breaking the mould. Leicester 0, Arsenal 2. I have to say, I didn't see this result. I didn't think you'd lose. Maybe I did.
Did you?
I think I said 3-2, Leicester.
Okay. See, I've just had this I'm one of those Arsenal fans that jump on the wave as soon as we start winning.
You love the wave.
So I had this crazy feeling like we're on a run. Leicester's going to be the turning point.
Yeah.
And everyone, wherever I see them on the streets, if I see it at my son's football, whenever I bump into people, they're like, what do you think about Arsenal? I'm like, do you know what? I think we can actually get a result against Leicester.
Yeah, you've had a real turning point.
Yeah.
And for me, it was the North London derby that did it for you. I know that it was like starting to build before that.
Yeah.
But I think mentality-wise, North London derby, seeing how the way you played, I know obviously, again, Spurs were terrible that day, didn't bother to turn up. But I think that the way, for me, Aaron Ramsdale, and I will hold my hands up, I said in the summer when you signed him, I didn't think that was particularly a world-class signing.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a necessary thing. I think there was other areas you probably needed more. But honest to God, leading from the back.
Amazing.
Fantastic
See,
mentality.
every fan does this, because I said the same thing about Ben White. When he was announced, I think you was with me on the day, I was like, this is underwhelming.
Yeah.
Every fan does it. I, for some reason, didn't get onto Aaron Ramsdale, though. That's because I've always liked him as a... Believe it or not, when he was with Sheffield, he was that surprise keeper that would always get me points in fantasy league, even though they got relegated. Like, he would always get me the points.
Yeah.
He's always been a good keeper.
Yeah.
But I never knew he was that good.
Yeah.
Since he's come into Arsenal and he's got that back line in front of him.
Did you expect him to take the first spot from Leno?
No, of course not. Because the only negative thing I said about him was 30 million is way too much for a backup keeper.
Yeah.
That's what I saw him as, a backup goalkeeper. Now he's just come straight into that first team, like starting 11, top saves.
Yeah.
And I think for me, you say North London derby was a turning point. Of course it was, but I think it's the fact that Gabriel was back in the squad. Ever since he came back into the squad, everything's just been tight at the back.
Yeah.
Like, he's commanding as well at the back.
Tomiyasu
as well as
that's
that's what I'm
a
saying.
really good
With
player.
Ben White, with Tomiyasu, and whoever plays on the left now, Tavares plays well, Kieran Tierney always plays well.
Yeah.
Even Kolasinac did a little, you know what I mean, against Leeds. So the team is looking good. To get a result against Leicester, I wouldn't say Arsenal fans should get super excited now, but at least they should have some type of
confidence.
Relax a bit and just be happy, because normally we're just like, oh God, we've got Leicester next. Oh God, do you know what I mean? Now it's like, okay, we've got Leicester next. Let's see what we can do.
You've definitely been looking good, and I can always hold my hands up and say, even if it is Arsenal.
I'm enjoying the football.
Yeah, and
I'm enjoying that finish.
That's the main thing, isn't it? To be able to go and enjoy the football you're actually watching. You spend all your time going up and down the country looking at your team, and like it's the most awful feeling when you go there and you think, oh my God, this is so bad.
Yeah.
So there we go. Let's put the smile back on your face and everyone else in this building, much to my dismay. As we said, you've won the last 7 out of the last 9 games in all competitions. You're now currently on your longest unbeaten run since February 2020. I mean, that's not that long ago.
To be fair.
That's not that long ago. And also in the cup in the week as well. Nice little win over Leeds.
Yeah.
Who have you got in the cup? Is it Sunderland?
Sunderland, yeah.
Sunderland.
That should be.
They did ask for you guys, didn't they?
Yeah, the manager, cheeky.
Yeah, cheeky.
I actually hope. Well, obviously, you can never call it with football, but I actually hope we absolutely batter them now. Yeah. Like 7-0, because that was so cheeky.
So cheeky. Of the goalkeepers to have faced more than 2 shots on target this season, only Mendy of Chelsea is enjoying.
Top quality, by the way.
He is 89.7%. Is enjoying a higher save percentage than Aaron Ramsdale, 85.7.
Nice.
Who's saved 24 out of the 28 shots on target.
Nice.
Which is a really nice stat.
I feel like people was definitely trying to downplay Aaron Ramsdale's save, because a lot of like big hitters on Twitter, like David Seaman, Ian Wright, and other like well-known figures, even Beth Mead, were like best save of the season, and there were loads of fans who are not goalkeepers, saying it wasn't that much of a save, it wasn't in the corner. Hello, did you not see the sun blaring in his eyes?
Yeah.
Like literally before the free kick was taken, he was literally squinting. If you look at the replay, all the fans behind him, behind the goal, are literally doing this because they cannot see where the ball's coming from. He couldn't see clearly, and he still saved it. So for me, that makes it a top save. Yeah. Your eyesight's, I sound like Ty now, but your eyesight's, you're pretty much blinded by the sun. Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. Leicester though, not a good day at the office.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I thought they would have given us much more of a test.
I feel like that as well. I thought they'd give you a good game. That's why I genuinely thought it'd be a high-scoring game. It's so typical. I put Jamie Vardy in my fantasy 2 weeks ago.
I forgot about my fantasy team now.
2 weeks ago, I put him in. I thought he's literally scored every single week. As soon as I put him in,
no goal.
I'm not doing it anymore. I'm actually not doing it. If someone is scoring, I'm just not going to touch my fantasy.
To be fair, Harvey Barnes looked more a chance of scoring than Vardy did on the day.
I'm a big fan of Harvey Barnes.
That was I would say perfect substitution if he would have scored, but it was a very good substitution from Rodgers.
Should they have started Patson Daka as well?
I don't know about started, but they definitely did kind of change the game for Leicester, because the first, let's say 25, 30 minutes of the second half is where Leicester really started to put a test to Arsenal. Yeah. And those players did make the difference. However, it didn't change the result.
Yeah.
So maybe if they started, it could have been a different game, because that's when Arsenal were in their element in the first half. So
okay, today's video has been brought to you by Ultimate Fan. Here is a video to get an idea of how it works. Not playing Ultimate Fan, a mix between FPL and FIFA Ultimate Team. You need to get involved.
Each week there is a big prize pool to be won during all the weekend Premier League matches.
Choose 7 cards from your maximum 24-man squad and let your players and team do the rest. Claim your weekly pack drop, select your squad and rack up as many points as you can to be in with a chance of claiming a share of the prize.
And don't forget to subscribe and enhance your chance of being victorious with access to UF Plus, which outlines behind the scenes stats, most popular player picks, injury news and podcasts across the week.
There is also a free card to be won in the UF Clash every single week, with all players entered into a mini league of 5. And the winner is going to be awarded an additional card to add to their squad on Tuesday's pack drop. Stay tuned for our UF squad selection every week on Robbie and see who we pick ahead of the upcoming game week.
You must be over 18 plus to play, and T&Cs apply. Head over to ultimatefan.com or click the link below for more details.
Of that's all very exciting. It is a mix between FPL and FIFA Ultimate Team. Your weekly pack drops, pick your squad and get as many points as you can to be in with a chance of claiming a prize. Subscribing get access to UF Plus, which outlines behind the scenes stats, most popular player picks, injury news and podcasts across the week. Don't forget you must be 18 plus to play, and terms and conditions apply. Head over to ultimatefan.com or click the link below for more details. Pippa.
Yes.
Let's talk about your pack, please.
Can I open my packs now?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to go through the free base pack first. And I've got, goal scorer from the weekend.
Okay.
Johnson. Got Ramsey in there. And Odegaard from Arsenal. Let's go for the gold pack. Benrahma, who was the cup hero the other week. Luke Shaw. And Ward-Prowse. Decent. That's my gold pack. Another gold pack here. Got Rudiger. I think I've got him already. But okay, I'll take him. And I think I've got Ollie Watkins already. And Godfrey. Ben Godfrey. That is my gold pack openings there.
Okay.
Decent players.
Yep. Happy with it?
Yeah, I'm happy.
All
I'm waiting for
that can be
Ramsdale.
yours. All that can be yours, guys. And make sure you head over to Ultimate Fan and sort that out. And don't forget to keep picking your team of the week on the Don Robbie Extra app or on donrobbie.com. And we'll be going through our team of the week very, very soon.
Yes.
Should we do some comments quickly?
Of course. So we were just talking about the Leicester Arsenal game, and we've got a comment here saying, I have to say, Ramsdale should be picked as England's #1 goalkeeper.
Wow.
I've already foreseen the future. December 2022, Qatar. Ramsdale's leading. Ramsdale's on the start 11 for England.
You are still drunk.
What? Emile Smith-Rowe is in the starting 11. Do you know what? Saka's in there too.
You know, I actually think it's mad that Smith-Rowe hasn't had a call up yet.
I think it will come.
It has to come soon.
Yeah.
I actually Googled to make sure he was English the other day, because I was
You're
like,
joking.
I swear to you, I Googled it because I was like, am I missing something here? I was like, I can't believe that he hasn't had a call up yet.
It's coming.
It is coming. It is coming.
There's some comparisons in the chat saying Mendy's better than Ramsdale at this current moment. I would say yes, he is.
Yeah,
but
okay. We're not getting ahead of
top
ourselves.
Goalkeepers there. And Riz is saying Ramsdale proving his worth tenfold. Some Arsenal fans will be eating their words about him. Listen, they've already started deleting their tweets, mate. Ian Wright called them out about it. They've already started deleting their tweets. Where else? Ramsdale better than Martinez. And Justin is saying, I cannot believe Chelsea have only conceded 3 goals this season, and one was a corner versus City, and another was a pen against Salah.
I have to say,
Incredible.
It doesn't even surprise me. It really doesn't. They're such a well-oiled machine, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Again, just going about their business very, very nicely.
And one more comment actually, sorry, from OG Hayes, saying fans were also celebrating, Leicester fans were celebrating as if the goal was in. That's how good the free kick was. What do you mean, the save? Do you mean that's how good the save was?
I think he meant
the
save.
save.
I think he meant the save.
Yeah.
Okay, Aston Villa 1, West Ham 4. I mean, West Ham are on fire.
Wow, yeah.
It's killing me.
Big up David Moyes.
Yeah, I mean,
because beat Man City out of the cup.
Doing the most.
And then this is a massive win. Aston Villa's also been in an up and down trajectory. But
let's talk about Villa for a sec, because I'm really disappointed, I have to say, because I'm a big fan of Villa, and I like what they did with the Grealish money. I thought they spent it well. Big fan of Leon Bailey. And I thought they started the season really well. And for me, it was away from home that they struggled, you know, when they came to you, when they came to us, various other teams. But at home, these are the games they really should be winning. And I think that they have probably the same amount of quality in their side that West Ham do, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, they do.
What happened?
I don't know, if I'm honest with you. Obviously, the double red, well, should have been a double red card.
Yeah.
Maybe would have ruined their momentum, because I don't know how I can understand where the referee and VAR are coming from with this situation. But if you're going to bring off Konsa for that last man business, then surely an elbow in the face is at least... Did he even get a yellow card, Courtney?
Can't remember.
Surely it's at least a booking.
Yeah.
They looked at it and said nothing. They looked at Konsa and said, right, change my mind, it's a red card. That whole situation was confusing to me.
I think they look at things with one eye sometimes. I'm convinced.
They're just making up on the spot. Do you know what? I don't know. Let's just say red card.
Yeah, I'm convinced sometimes. You know, when things don't even go for a review and they do go for a review, I think there's a lot of questionable decisions. But I think Aston Villa have to start doing better, especially at home. These games need to be winning. Jack Grealish is gone, long gone now, so they've got to kind of figure out life without him, which I thought they had done. So I'm disappointed.
The thing is, for me, what's concerning is, I even spoke about him in the comments a moment ago, is Martinez.
Yeah.
He was pretty much their best signing last season and changed Villa's season. That's why they finished so, well, not strongly, but for their standards, finished so strongly last year, or this year. And the goals that he let in, I know he complained, I think Tyrone Mings or someone got onto him, he's like, oh, well, I couldn't see. Fair enough, but a keeper of that standard should be saving some of those chances. Like Declan Rice's one, I know it was a hit from out, but like, surely you've got to get a hand on that. You should,
but I would also say that, I mean, you also have to look at the defences in front of you.
Yeah.
And I would say that your goalkeeper is sometimes only as good as your defence.
True. But that defence is the same defence that beat Man United this season. Yeah. That defence is the same defence, well, pretty much. If you bring Courtney out, that's
saying
pretty much
that they beat United this season, is that really anything to go by?
Well, that's a dig.
It's a dig, but it's a fair dig. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's like beating Liverpool. It's not beating Chelsea.
Yeah, I hear you. But it's pretty much, bar one player, it's pretty much the same defence they had last season. Yeah. So I don't know what's happening with Aston Villa, but West Ham are doing the business, mate.
They are.
I'm enjoying their football. Do you know what's funny? So was it? Yeah, it was the cup game. So I know I'm throwing it back now, but the day of that cup game, my son had training. Yeah. And all of his teammates went to the game after training. And they're like, "Oh, come down to Stratford with us." And I was like, "No, it's a bit long right now. I'm tired." And I was like, "Oh, tickets only £1 for kids." I was like, I'll think about it. And I was like, "Do you know what?
£1 for kids?"
I was contemplating. I thought, I just want to go home. It's cold. It's dark. Kind of wish I went now, because West Ham, and when you see it's a London team, you could just go with your little teammates, and they're doing so well. Wasn't the most entertaining game, but kids love to see penalties, don't they? Yeah, of course. And then you get a game like that against Aston Villa, 4-1.
They're doing bits at West Ham. Yeah. They're showing no signs of slowing down. And plus, they've got European football, and they are not suffering from that Thursday night curse.
Everyone said they would. You said, I think I said it too.
Oh, do you know why is it that our team still suffer from Thursday night curses? Yeah. United do as well. And what is that about? Well, United did, before that this season. But what is that about? West Ham straight in it.
Maybe it's their backroom staff. They're probably top notch, mate.
Maybe. I don't know. Look, I'm happy for West. Well, I'm not happy for West Ham.
John says Big Six West Ham. They're in conversation already to be in the top 6 at the end of the season.
Very big conversation to be in the top 6. They finished. What was it? Was it 5th last year or 6th?
They're strong. Yeah.
They are.
And they're still going.
They're not stopping anytime soon, unfortunately.
Ashoke saying, I have to say, West Ham are flying high. Could potentially get a trophy and be in the... He said top 4. Whoa. He said top 4. Okay. Have West Ham become a Big 6 team?
The thing is, it's all very good.
Could you imagine if they took the 4th spot?
They won't.
Could you imagine?
They won't. I know they won't. But look, it's a long season, and I think that obviously we're in October. We're literally like fresh into it still. Yeah. It's not even a long time going.
Well, it's not even Christmas yet.
Yeah, the season and everything really gets going after Christmas. That's when you see teams get tired. That's when you see that the cold nights take their toll. Yeah. When you're looking at February, my whole thing is, after that period, January, February, March, that's when decisions are made. That's when people are really put in where they're probably going to finish. Yeah. And this is not me saying that West Ham can't do it. I just don't think they'd finish in the top 4. I don't think they have the squad good enough to do it. But they'll probably prove me wrong. Hopefully they don't.
I think they might prove us wrong, Because nobody called them finishing 5th last season. Was it 5th? Yeah, I'm sure it was 5th. No one called them finishing 5th last season.
5th or 6th last year. Yeah, what I would say though with last season, it was like 2 basically back-to-back seasons though, because of
the COVID. Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on quickly. Newcastle 0, Chelsea 3. I mean, do you reckon those Saudis are regretting that takeover?
No, of course not. I mean, we all knew that it wasn't going to be an overnight project. They probably haven't even started. No, they must have done. They put too much money in. They're probably just in the planning stages of whatever they plan to do over the next 5 years or 2 years, whatever it is, whatever their smallest plan is, short-term plan, for the longer-term goal. So we all knew that then, especially against Chelsea, you're not just going to start picking up results all of a sudden because you've got money. nothing's changed yet.
No.
So, but Reece James, oof.
What is it about
How
Reece
many goals he got this
James?
season? Probably like 3. He scored against Arsenal. He scored against, I'm sure he's got like 4 goals or something now. Chelsea fans will definitely confirm he's probably got 4.
He's
or
such
more.
a player, like it's a joke. I mean, also, what is it with Chelsea fullbacks? You know, they always score.
I don't know.
Azpilicueta,
Alonso.
They always. I remember
Rudiger.
what's it? Ibrahimovic used to do it as well. Like it's just the most. Not Ibrahimovic. Ivanovic.
Thank
you. Ivanovic. I knew it was in there somewhere. Ivanovic always used to do it. Their fullbacks used to be like a joke and always do it.
Yeah.
I mean, why can't we have some of that? You're right, Newcastle, there's nothing that's going to change.
Yeah, it's 4 goals.
4 goals?
4 goals. Someone said 4 goals, my right back.
Yeah.
That's from Mozzie.
I'm jealous of your right back. Newcastle, nothing's going to change anytime soon.
No.
For me, though, it's about staying up. January is such a big thing for them to get this right in the transfer market, to do something to try and stay, to keep them up. Do you think they're going to go down?
Very likely. If there has to be another team that's joining Norwich definitely going down.
Definitely.
Newcastle seem like the most likely to join them at this current time. Unless they have some mad resurgence in January. I mean, there's a limit, you know, what's it called? Financial fair play and all that. So I don't know.
They're going to go start spending mad. They'll be like, yeah, Mbappe to Newcastle.
Yeah, Haaland's coming.
Yeah, Haaland's coming. They're all coming.
I don't know. It's going to be hard for them to stay up this season.
Dele Alli to Newcastle.
Mark
my words.
That's a good signing for Newcastle, and I think that's a good move for him.
Good move for us.
Still gets Premier League, because if I'm honest with you, as much as he was a good player a few years ago, he's lucky he's still in the Premier League.
Dele Alli to Newcastle.
And I don't want to be rude to say that, but like,
I agree.
Yeah.
On to Chelsea. Still your favourites?
Favourites? Do not put words in my mouth like that. What? I feel sick.
We need to keep track of what we say every week.
I did say
our title top 4 and title winners and whatever change every single. I think last week
with
we had Liverpool.
With the way people clip things, we have to be very clear with what we say.
We do have to be very clear.
They are not my favourites, but they are the team that I tipped to win the league at the beginning of this season.
So are they still the team you favoured to win it?
It slightly swayed to Liverpool a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to stick with Liverpool for now. But Chelsea, definitely contenders.
Yeah.
No one should write them off. As the comment said earlier, which I didn't even realise they've only conceded only 3 goals so far.
It's mental.
They've scored so many, and most of them haven't even come from their strikers.
You know, also is mad. Tuchel hasn't even been there a year.
Yeah, and he's already doing so much Super Cup, Champions League.
I have to say, he did have the squad literally sitting ready to be
so
moulded.
did Lampard. So...
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is Lampard obviously didn't have the credentials really to do it. But they'd spent like over 200 million in the transfer market, so all he really needed to do was come in and tweak a few things and put what his ideas in play, which he has done incredibly well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for me, they're just incredible.
They're flying.
Champions League winners, maybe again.
Ooh.
No one talks about them.
I know, that's true. You know.
How?
No, I can't. I'm not writing them off.
Yeah.
But I think they're more favourites for the league than they are Champions League right now.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Yes. Comments?
There's a lot of comments. Oh, it's from the same person saying best academy in Europe, Chelsea Academy.
Yeah.
To be fair, a lot of young players have come out of that Chelsea.
They have. They have an incredible academy. Very good.
Even
very
Gallagher's
good
doing bits right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is it the best academy though in Europe?
I'd say it's up there.
It's up there. It's up there.
I'd say it's definitely up there. I can't even think of a better one at this moment in time.
To be fair.
Not in England.
Oh, Arsenal. Hello. Saka. Middlesbrough.
I'd say Chelsea still edging. I'd say so.
Okay.
Watford 0, Southampton 1. Southampton getting a win.
Oh yes.
Woo,
Sorry, I almost forgot about that game. Sorry, Watford. Sorry, Southampton.
something positive to talk about for Southampton. They're just
Livramento, your favourite?
I really like Livramento.
Yeah,
but I also think Kyle Walker-Peters had a really, really good game this week. I really do. He's actually in my team of the week.
Okay.
Spoiler for you.
Okay.
He's in my team of the week because I just think that
what did he do?
He just looked pretty good. Like he just, he was back, he was forward, he was here, there, and everywhere for me. And it's rare you really put someone from Southampton in your team of the week or someone that's in a contender.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not? I'll give him the nod this week and put him in.
That's a big shout.
Why know? On to Watford. Ranieri suffering a loss at home.
Again, another loss.
After that heroic display last week with Everton.
I know.
Why?
I mean, it's only 1-0. I mean, a loss is a loss, to be fair, but it's...
Yeah, but why is the consistency with
no
teams?
team really has consistency. Actually, some do.
Some do.
Liverpool, Chelsea.
Some do.
Yeah. But it's for the lower teams, it's always going to be hard to find a full consistency. Every week is going to be a challenge. Every single week. Like, literally, Southampton could probably be, I don't know, let's say a United one week and then lose to Norwich. Do you know what I mean? There's no, you just can't call it.
But that win is important for Southampton because they have not had a very good start to the season. So it was important for them to get some points under their belt. Another team that has literally got like no points under their belt.
Yeah.
Norwich 1, Leeds 2.
And I almost thought Norwich were going to do it, you know.
I had this as a draw.
When I saw it as 1-0, I was thinking, do you know what? Norwich could just when's it going to change? Norwich, when is it going to change? I'm actually getting annoyed for them.
It's never going to change.
I'm just so bothered by it all.
Well, I was listening on the radio on my way here today, and I think it's Simon Webster, who plays for Norwich, was basically saying that, you know, we're the 11th biggest spenders in Europe, and like people need to put respect. I know, mental.
People need to put respect
to our name, and like can't write us off. All these people saying we don't even play football. They should.
What they said to him personally?
No, it was on the radio.
No, did they say that to him that he don't play football?
No, he was saying that people making comments about the way they play shouldn't make comments because they don't play football.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, fans go, they pay, and they're allowed to have an opinion. And to be fair, Norwich haven't really done anything to show any type of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Fight?
Desire to
there's
be in the Premier League, stay in the Premier League. And if you are the 11th biggest spenders in Europe, which I don't know if that is correct.
Is that correct?
Don't know if it is correct, but they need to do something. They need to do something then, because otherwise they are going straight back down very, very quickly, and time is ticking away.
Because last, that was Fulham. I was going to say last year when they got promoted, that was Fulham that spent loads of money. To be fair, I don't know what Norwich need to do at this point. They're not going to sack their manager.
No.
They're not going to make any massive changes.
They'll go back down, and we'll see them in 2023.
You'll
see them in 22-23. Yeah, basically that's what we'll do.
Man.
But Leeds, good win for Leeds. Again, a team that have not been at the races at all this season. So I guess it's good to see them get a nice away win. I thought Rafinha played exceptionally well in that game.
He pretty much always does though, doesn't he?
Yeah, one of their standout players. Burnley 3, Brentford 1. I did not see this result.
I want to know if you lot did in the comments, because we've been so used to Brentford putting out some type of result or getting something out of a game. So they were 3-0 down at one point, and I was like, what's happening here?
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
But good on Burnley. I think Chris Wood scored early on in that game as well. So I think maybe that's what rattled Brentford a little bit, having that early goal go against them.
Still your favourites to be like a top 10 team? Brentford? Do you think top 10's a bit too much?
I think
maybe they get 12?
A bit much. I would put it somewhere between 10th and
15th,
14th.
Ooh. That'll still be good for them, especially if they get 10th.
I think staying up's a great season for them, you know, especially the way that they do business as well. But I'm still a very big fan of them. I think they've maybe succumbed to Premier League a little bit the last few weeks about how tiresome it can be.
Yeah.
Did they have a cup game in the week as well? Or?
They must have done Carabao.
I can't remember if they were knocked out the first round.
No, they won. I remember we did the whole celebration.
I think they did have a cup game as well, so maybe that took its toll on them as well. But yeah, really good win for Burnley again.
I mean, what a result for them! At
home as well.
I don't normally whenever Burnley win, even though of course they've got high scoring results before, I always see them as like a 1-0 win type of team. So when you see like 3-1, you're just like, wow, Burnley, okay.
Yeah.
They've arrived.
I'm impressed. Yeah. I'm impressed with them. And before we go to Team of the Week, we have the Monday night football game today, which is Wolves versus Everton.
Call it.
I think I had this as a draw.
Call it.
In Premier League preview. I'm calling this a 2-2.
Oh.
I think they're very similar.
They are, but I'd see Everton winning 3-1. What?
They are.
3-1 Everton.
3-1 Everton?
Yeah.
Away from home?
Yeah.
Why are you calling that? On what grounds?
Everton have got talent, mate. I know Wolves do too.
Everton got done 5-2 by Watford.
I know, that was a bit strange, but they've still got this. At home. We can't do that. We can't look on like past games.
I can only go on the week before.
Wow.
I can only go on what I'm seeing the week before.
3-1 Everton.
3-1 Everton.
Damari Gray.
Damari Gray, all three?
No, I just got thinking who else would score.
Okay, well, let's see who comes closest. Damari Gray hat trick. We'll see who comes closest in that game. Okay, heading over to Team of the Week.
Okay.
Can you bring them up, please, as I don't have them?
Let's go.
Do I have them on here? Maybe
Pretty sure we must have gone for the same keeper. We must have done.
Oh, do I have
Did you go Mendy?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't going to be bitter. Sometimes I am bitter, but I wasn't. I couldn't not give it to Ramsdale. Just getting.
You say you could not give it to Ramsdale?
I gave it to Ramsdale.
I was going to say.
I couldn't not give it to Ramsdale.
Oh, right. Sorry.
How could I not?
Pay attention to pay attention.
That would have been so silly. I know you're still hungover.
I'm actually not.
Right, let's see these teams of the week, please.
Okay, so I went for Ramsdale in goal, of course. A clean sheet. a top save. He had to be in there, and you've gone for him too.
Thank you. I thought it would come up on here, but it doesn't. Oh, here we go, it's coming up.
I had an absolute stinker, but you know what? I changed my formation last minute, and that's why one of my forwards are not there. But I'm still happy with my team.
I did notice you packed that midfield.
But I'm still happy with my selection. But I know United fans are not going to be happy, but it is what it is. So I've gone for a back three of Mark there. Of course, a top performance from him. Magalhaes, Gabriel, and Raphael Varane. It was hard for me to put. I wanted 3 centre-backs in there. So I'm thinking, how do I fit Reece James? So I just threw him in the midfield.
Yeah.
Might as well be a midfielder at this point, and 4 goals. So I've got Reece James, Declan Rice, Smith Rowe. Another biased week for me, but you know what? Good finish.
Yeah,
good game.
Well, as soon as I saw it, I was like, very Pippa. Yeah.
No, but why not? Someone's got to put him in there. Mwepu as well, and Gallagher. And up front, I went for Cavani and Zaha. I left out I left out somebody, but it's fine. It's absolutely fine.
It's okay, because I know who you left out, but I left him out too. We both left out Cristiano Ronaldo. I left him out because
I didn't leave him out on purpose.
I left him out on purpose because I'm being bitter.
Why? Because it was Tottenham.
But I have to say, look, it was a great finish. But once we bring my team up, we'll be able to see actually.
Let's have a look at Abby's team. Yes, what do you mean no West Ham players? Has Declan Rice not played for West Ham?
Yeah, looking for a better name.
Declan is in there, mate.
Okay, my team was Aaron Ramsdale in goal. I couldn't not give it to him. I thought he had a great game. Reece James. How did you say his name again? The guy from Palace?
Oh, great. But I say Mark because I don't like to mispronounce names.
I was waiting for you to do it. Oh, my.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say it. Remember. Varane, because I thought the difference he made to United. Yeah. Again, they weren't tested, no shots on goal. But,
to be fair.
I thought the difference he makes is massive. Walker Peters in there for his display for Southampton. Okay. I put Conor Gallagher in there because I'm a huge fan of Conor Gallagher. I really, really love him. Declan Rice, of course, Mwepu as well. We were very similar in our midfield.
Yeah.
And then I put in Leandro Trossard for Brighton for his heroics as well against Liverpool. Put Will Zaha in there too. And I gave a shout out to Chris Wood because Burnley, I am very harsh on Burnley a lot of the time.
I think we all are because I wouldn't even have thought to put a Burnley player in there.
I thought it would be really mean if I didn't put someone from Burnley in, especially when I cuss them out all the time. And Burnley fans say that I'm always really mean to them. So I thought, I'll be nice.
Burnley fans.
And look, Chris Wood got in that team over Cristiano Ronaldo. So that is take everything you need to
That's only because you're salty.
And also Chris Wood all day. Who thought that? Chris Wood or Ronaldo? Chris Wood for me, personally.
But don't forget, you guys can also put in your Team 11, best 11.
Yes.
Because there's all these comments like you've left out Ronaldo. Let's see yours.
We've told you. You need to go and do your best 11 and make sure you do it in the Don Robbie app. You can head to donrobbie.com or you can do it on the DR Extra app.
Yes.
But that is all for us this week. We've got Champions League stuff this week. I believe I'm here on Wednesday. I don't know who's here tomorrow. You here this week?
I don't know. Sorry, you have to wait and see.
If not, keep your eyes peeled, obviously, to see who's on the watch-alongs this week. I'll be back with you on Wednesday for, I believe it's Liverpool AC Milan.
Yeah.
I think it's Liverpool AC Milan. So I will see you then. And, of course, Premier League preview on Thursday with Flex. We will be back together, Pippa and myself, on Monday, won't we?
Mondays are the best, aren't they?
Mondays are the best at our new time.
Yes.
Our new earlier time. So, yes, have a great week, guys, and we will see you later.
Bye.